In this video, we'll be looking at the curves adjustment layer in Affinity. So before starting, first of all, if you want this image that we will be working in this video tutorial to work along, then please find the image inside the description. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. So you can see here we have an image. So to add a curves, all we can do is navigate below to this adjustment icon below the layers panel and click on it. And after clicking on the icon, now you can see that we have many options. We can simply navigate and click on curves. Or we can access the curves with the help of the menu item as well by clicking on the pixel menu item right here. And after clicking on the pixel menu item, navigate below and select new adjustment layer. And then inside the new adjustment, you can see that we have curves here. So let's select curves. And after selecting curves, now you can see that we have the curves adjustment box popped up. Curves actually is a very powerful tool inside any image editing application. So in this particular curves inside of Affinity, things are very much basic and the features are pretty much limited. However, once we get the hang of it and understand the concept, it will be much more seamless and really impact your ultimate work that you do in your image editing composition or any image editing workflows. So to understand the curves first, you can see that we have different settings inside of the curves box. And in here, first you can see the diagonal axis inside this particular graphical box that you see here. So to simply understand, if we look at the x-axis, that is the horizontal line right here, then the more you further go away from this particular point, then the more bright pixels it will represent. That is, the area in this particular axis are mostly pixels in our image that are bright. And the area that is this particular area that is near the origin point or the point of axis represents darker pixels. And the y axis that you see here vertically is the one where we can adjust the intensity of that pixel. So for example, now if I click on the top right corner point, which represents or indicates the brightest pixels in our image, and simply click and then drag it, you can see that the brightest pixels in our image will have an effect of intensity of the pixels being decreased gradually, making the overall image darker. So we do not want our image to be dark, so I'll simply increase it and reset its position back to where it was. And if I click on the bottom left point or node of the axis and then click and then drag it all the way to the up, now you can see that the darkest pixels in our image will be brighter, or the intensity of the darkest pixels on our image will increase to be brighter, making our overall image much more brighter or whiter if we drag it all the way to the up. So we do not want that, so I'll simply click and drag it all the way to the down to its default position. Likewise, we also do have other options. So we can add contrast to our image by simply adjusting by creating a new node or point to our line. So I'll add a new node or point right here, and by adding a new node or point, I'll simply click and drag it a little bit up to make the wider pixels a bit wider, and then I'll add a new node below and click and drag that particular node down to make our darker pixels in the image much more darker. Therefore, adding a contrast in our image in which you are now seeing that our image is much more vibrant and appealing. So similarly, there are other options in our curves box. The first option is RGB, and we can also change the color mode to make it either gray. As you can see now, it has converted our image to display us the gray view of the image. We can change it to CMYK for print, and we can also change the option to lab. As you can see that we have the lab option. However, I'll select RGB for now because we'll be mostly working with screen related, because we'll be mostly working with image to be uploaded on screen and view on screen. So the next option we have is the master option. So right now the master option means we can adjust the overall darker and brighter values to make it much more brighter or darker. However, we can also play with individual color or channel options. So if we click on this master option, you can see that we have red, green, blue, and alpha option. So if we click on red, you can see that we can now tune in the red option. So before starting, first of all, let's understand one thing. So the opposite of red always is cyan. The opposite of green always is magenta, and the blue's opposite is yellow. So I'll simply click on the reds, and now after selecting red, if we add a node or point to our line and then drag it all the way to the up, you can see that our image will introduce reds to the image. So if we click and drag the node all the way down to our baseline, now you can see that more cyan color will be introduced inside of our image. As I've already told you, the opposite of red is cyan. So this is the reason why when moving our point all the way to the down introduces cyan colors inside of our image. So I'll click on this point and get rid by simply clicking on the delete key and then setting the red line of the channel to its default position. And similarly, I'll select the other option of green. Now for green as well, if we add a new node by simply clicking on the line, which is the green line, and then dragging the node all the way to the up, you can see that the color green has been introduced inside of our image. And if we drag it all the way below, as the opposite of green is magenta, you can see that the magenta color will be introduced inside of our image. So I'll get rid of this point as well by simply selecting it and then hitting the delete key. And for the next option that we have, which is blue, we can simply add a new node similarly. And if we increase the node all the way to the up, you can see that more blues will be introduced, which is being accentuated in the sky of our image. And if we click and decrease the node or the point, you will now see that more yellows will be introduced inside of our image. So I'll select this point and get rid of this point by hitting the delete key like so. So I'll again select the red option or red channel that we have. And after selecting the red option and or red channel, now I'll simply click and add a contrast with the reds by simply clicking on this point and increasing the red like so to introduce a bit red inside of our image. And then I'll add a node to this particular line below and then decrease it to introduce some cyan and balance out the color of red and cyan inside of our image. Similarly, I'll again select green channel, and then inside of the green channel I'll add a new node like so and add a bit of green, not more but a bit, and then I'll simply add a contrast by adding a new node and then clicking and dragging below like so to add magenta inside of our image. And then I'll again select blues, and for blues also I'll click and add a new point above and introduce a bit more blues, and then again add a new node in the same line and then decrease it down below to add more yellow to our image. So now you can see that we are getting a contrast using the channel of all red, green, and blue inside of the curves. So this is how we can use the curves. And the next option that we have is the coordinate option of X and Y, as well as the minimum and maximum value of individual nodes. So we can also control the opacity as well. So for example, if we decrease the opacity, then we can make our effect of the curves less vibrance. We can even set to any value that as per we like. So I'll set it to 62% for now. And we can also change the blend mode as we like. So we can change it to multiply, to make it darker, screen to make it brighter, overlay to add a contrast more. However, I'll set the blend mode to normal for now because I'm satisfied with the effect of curves that we have applied. And next, I'll simply close the curves box in order to apply our changes with the curve adjustment layer. So this is a very fundamental and basic concept of curves inside of Affinity, as well as any image editing professional tool that you will be using. So if you find this video helpful, please click on the like button, and for more tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video, and see you on the next video.